Hi class, today our lesson is on creating line plots. This is found in Swun 8-1 and 8-2. Our learning goal is today I will make line plots to display a set of fractional data. So our first word is a line plot. That's a type of graph that shows the frequency of data along a number line. So each X is going to represent one piece of data. Plot is to represent a value on a number line. And then we have equivalent fractions, and I'm just going to show you this on a number line using, if I broke this number line up into eighths. So this one would be 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. But I could also break that same one, and I'm gonna use a different color, into fourths. So it's also broken up into fourths. So that would be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then 4/4. So I could put 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. This could be 8/8. This could also be 4/4. If I look here, I'm going to do one more color. Maybe use red this time. If I go up into here, notice that if I break it up into 1, 2, and broke it up into halves. I'm going to write it on top this time. So all of these are equivalent. If there's multiple on one tally, those are equivalent fractions. So 2/4 equals 1/4. 1/2 equals 4/8 equals to 2/4. Those are equivalent fractions. Our steps are list all the numbers horizontally. And I remember which way horizontal is because I have a big H for horizontal. H is the one that has one that goes across to meet up the two. So that shows me that it is going this direction, horizontal, whereas vertical, there's no line across, it just goes up and down. So I'm not using vertically, I'm using horizontal, the one that goes across. Step 2 is convert all fractions to equivalent fractions using common denominators. Step 3 is list all numbers from least to greatest. Next step, step 4 is draw and label a line plot. Step 5 is plot the data. And then finally answer the questions. I'm pulling out a red pen, so you're gonna pause, you're gonna watch. Okay, so I'm gonna read the question first. It says the table shows the amount of rainfall measured to the nearest eighth of an inch. So I have all my fractions right here. And then I have question 1, how many days did it rain exactly 2/8 of an inch? Question 2, how many days did it rain more than 1/8 of an inch? Okay, so I'm gonna list all of the numbers horizontally. That's step 1, list all of them horizontally. So I have 3/4, 2/8, 4/8, 1/4, 1, 2/8, 3/4, 0, 2/8, and then 1/8. Oops, sorry about that. Step 2 says convert all the fractions to equivalent fractions using common denominators. I always go to the bigger denominator, so I'm going to make all of these eighths. If I have a 0, I'm going to put that 0/8. If I have a 4, I multiply the top and the bottom by 2. So I would get 6/8. 1 would just be 8/8. And then 1/4, that would be, I multiply it by 2. So I get 2/8, 4/8, 2/8. Okay, and then 3/4 multiplied by 2. I get 6/8. Some of you guys might be wondering, why am I multiplying by 2? Because I have to find what number can I multiply that by to get to 8. So now I have all the fractions. I'm going to rewrite the same ones that I had before. So 2/8, 4/8, 2/8, 2/8, and 1/8. Next step is list all the numbers from least to greatest. So I'm going to put 0/8 first. So I have 0/8, cross it off. Now I have 1/8, cross it off. I have 2/8. I have another 2/8. Another 2/8. And another 2/8. And then I have a 4/8. A 6/8 and another 6/8. So I have 2 6/8 and then 1 8/8. So they're all in order now. And now what I need to do is draw and label a line plot. So a line plot is going to look like this. And it's going to just be a number line, 0 to 8. 8/8, 0/8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. And now I put an X above each tick mark that I have one. So I have 1, so I put 1X. I have 1/8, so I put 1X. 1, 2, 3, 4 above 2/8. 1 above 4/8. And 1, 2 above 6/8. And then 1 above 8/8. So now I have my line plot. So I plotted the data. Now I need to answer the questions. So how many days did it rain exactly at 2/8? So I go to 2/8 and then I count 1, 2, 3, 4. So question number 1, 4 days. Question 2, how many days did it rain more than 1/2 of an inch? So 4/8, but it needs to be more than, so I have 1, 2, 3 days. And I just count the X marks. Now that we're done with the first one, I'm going to do another one. List all the numbers horizontally. So I'm just going to start listing them. I'm going to do it up here so I have a little bit more space this time. So I have 4 and 2/4, 3 and 1/2, 4 and 3/4, 3 and 3/4. I have 3, 3 and 1/4, 4 and 1/2, and I don't think I have enough room. So I went to 4 and 1/2. I have 4. I'm going to write it over here now. 4 and 1/2. Sorry, I'm trying to make room. And then 4 and 3/4. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have 10 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm looking here. What's the bigger denominator? 3/4, or the fourths. So I'm going to change all of these to have fourths. So I would multiply it by 2/2, and that would equal to 4 and 2/4. So I have 4 and 3/4 for the first one. I'm going to write it down below. Sorry about that. So I have 4 and 3/4. The next one I'm multiplying by 2. I get 4 and 2/4. 4 wholes just stays the same. 4 and 2/4. 4 and 2/4. 4 and 3/4. 3 and 3/4. 3 and 1/4, and then 4 and 2/4. So anytime I had a half, I multiplied it by 2 on the top and the bottom, and I got 2/4. Okay, now I need to list them from least to greatest. So I see 3 is the smallest. Now 3 1/4. Now 3 3/4. Now I have 4. I don't see 4 1/4, but I see 4 2/4. 1, 4 2/4, 4 2/4, 4 2/4, and then I have 4 3/4, 2 of them. 4 3/4, 4 3/4. Okay, now that we have them in order, I need to draw my line plot. And I'm going to start this one at, not at 0 this time, sorry about that, at 3 this time. And I'm going to go to 5. So I need to have 3, 4 holes in 5. I'm breaking it into 4, so 3 marks. And then 3 and 1/4, 3 and 2/4, 3 and 3/4, 4, 4 and 1/4, 4 and 2, 4 and 2/4, 4 and 3/4, and then 5. Now I'm going to put my x's above it. So I have 1 for 3, 1 for 3 and 1/4, 1 for 3 and 3/4, 1 at 4, 1 at 4 and 2/4. Oh, 1, another one, another one, another one, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so I have my line plot drawn. Now I need to answer the questions. How many pencils measure at least 4 inches? At least. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pencils. Now, how many pencils measure either 3 or 4 inches exactly? So 3 or 4, 1, 2. 2 pencils. Okay, I'm getting out my green pen, so you're gonna follow along. You're gonna do the steps with me. This first one says the table shows the height of 10 bean plants measured to the nearest 1/8 of an inch. They're all written horizontally, and I don't have much space, so I'm going to leave it that way. And I'm going to just start looking. 8 is the biggest denominator, so I'm going to change these 4ths to 8ths, which would mean I would multiply by 2, so that one would be 6/8. This one would be 4/8. And this one would be 6/8. Now I'm going to list them in order. So I have 1/8, cross it off, 2/8, cross it off, another 2/8. Now I'm looking for a 3/8. I don't see a 3/8. I do see a 4/8, so I'm going to write 4/8. I don't see any 5/8, but I see a 6/8. I see another 6/8, and another 6/8, and one more. I see a 7/8, and then 8/8. So now they're in order. Now I need to draw my line plot. So I'm going to go down here, 0 to 8/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. And I just start putting my x's above. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 above the 4/8, 1, 2, 3, 4 above 6/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 above 7/8, and 1 above 8/8. So I have my line plot drawn. Now I need to answer the questions. How many bean plants measure 3/4 of an inch? So I found 3/4 of an inch, which I want to change that to my 8ths because my line plot is in 8ths. So I have 6/8 for which equals to 3/4. So now I need to go to 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 plants. Measure that. And then question 2, how many bean plants measured less than 1/2 an inch? So 1/2 an inch is 1/2 is equals to 4/8. So how many measure less than that would be 1, 2, and 3 plants. Okay, we have one more that we're going to do together. So again, I'm looking, it's all horizontal, so I'm going to look at which is the biggest denominator, forces, and I only see one that I have to redo, so that one I would multiply by 2, and I would get 2 force. So now I'm going to put them into order from small least to greatest, and I see I have 2 and 1/4. That seems to be the smallest, so I have 2 and 1/4. Then I have 2 and 3/4. Then I see 3 holes. Then 3 and 1/4. Oh, I see another 3 and 1/4. Oh, I see a 3 and 2/4. I see a 3 and 3/4. Another 3 and 3/4. I see a 4. And then a 4 and 3/4. So now I have them in order. I look at this and I think I have to start at 2, and then I have to end at what's above 4 and 3/4 is 5. So I'm going to go from 2 to 5 on this number line. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and breaking it up into fours. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I get 2 and 1/4, 2 and 2/4, 2 and 3/4, 3 and 1/4, 3 and 2/4, 3 and 3/4. I have 4, 4 and 1/4, 4 and 2/4, 4 and 3/4. Okay, so now I'm going to plot them. 2 and 3/4, 3, 3 and 1/4, another 3 and 1/4, 3 and 2/4, 3 and 3/4, another 3 and 3/4, a 4, and 4 and 3/4. Now I just need to answer my questions. So how many earthworms are more than 3.5 inch? So here's my 3.5 inch. How many are more? 1, 2, 3, 4. Question 2, how many earthworms are less than 3 inches long? So less 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to pause right there. You have 1, 2 homework problems, and then rate your understanding.